Oh my god, we're getting a Woman of Tomorrow movie. Surely it's gonna look colorful and beautiful, right? Right? So I really wanted to like Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, given that the comic it's based off of is like my favorite modern comic I've read. But the movie just falls flat. The performances are really good. It reminds me that David Cornsweet is like a generational casting as Superman in like the 2 minutes he's in this. Actually, he might be in it for like five. I don't know. Man, such a lack of like flavor, and like the comic's selling point is almost entirely based off of like the not selling point rather, but like its emotion and that's displayed in like the art, right? The pastel like art, and that's just not in the movie. The movie's pretty bland looking. Gives off like, oh, I'm watching a superhero movie. Like that's what you're getting. But yeah, the villain Krem, they made him like a sex like slave or not slave. They made him like a sex like owner. That's not the right word either. He's like a how do I put this? He's enslaving women to like preserve his all male race or something. Whereas in the comic, like he is just like this dude who goes around on planets like killing everybody. Uh, Really weird. He just has like a cage of women. But for some reason he still kills Ruthie's family for I don't know, man. The action's pretty bad. It's not the worst I've ever seen. You could definitely do worse visually and like action wise. The action in this one is just not very good. It turns into like Mad Max for the second half of the final battle. That was kind of out of nowhere. There's like smoke and you can't really see anything, and it probably brings like literally the worst like needle drop in like a comic book movie that I can remember. Like it's like a cover of the middle and it's like really bad. And it's like slow-mo, like oof. Not good. For positives, I guess. Can we think of positives? Millie Alcock's really good. She makes like it does successfully make me like want to see more of Supergirl, I guess. Millie Alcock is really good, but her character's really inconsistent because like she acts like she's like plagued with this like curse of like constant killing and killing, and that's why she doesn't want Ruthie to kill. But you never really see that. Like you know she had a traumatic past, but I don't really see how that correlates with Ruthie, which gets like the theme of the movie, which is supposedly is like revenge is bad, allegedly. And like the movie spends most of its runtime having Kara tell Ruthie like, "No, don't kill Krem. Like this is gonna fuck you up. Like me. Like this is gonna make you like me." Basically, more or less. But you never really see. First of all, Supergirl is very like much for killing and like not against it in like violence. That's like her big difference in this movie, both from like Clark in the first movie, but also just in the comic. Like in the comic, she's against Ruthie killing Krem because she herself is very against killing. But this movie gives me no reason to believe that Supergirl would be this against revenge and killing. Like, because it's not like revenge and killing is why she got to where she is, right? It would be one thing if she decided, like, the movie opens or something with us seeing her like killing ruthlessly, and like maybe you get a flashback to like the first person she killed, and like how that's given her like a really messed up life, and that's why she's how she is in the start of the movie, like partying and just like directionless. But that's not what it is. Like she has a traumatic past of like her family and city getting destroyed, but like it's not like it was a murder that sent her down the wrong path. But that's what the movie's implying. And then so they finally culminate in like the final battle where they beat Krem, and she talks down Ruthie for killing and being bad. She just walks over to him and like stabs him, and so it's just like fuck that like theme, I guess. Like the movie doesn't actually care about it. Like so the theme, I guess, is that I don't even know. Like I just don't think there's a really like any thematic like cohesion in this movie, and so it's just really hard to take it seriously when there's not like any of that thread there. Um, I guess Jason Momoa as Lobo. You could talk about that a little bit. He's barely like he might be in the movie less than Superman. No, that's not true. He's probably in it around the same, a little bit more than Superman. Um, he's like fun. He doesn't, but like you could remove him from like the movie in nothing changes. Like, he doesn't really contribute to the plot. He just pops up randomly, so that's fun. But he's cool. Like, would be cool to see him again, I guess, in like a more substantial like part. Um, and then it's just like the plot. The plot's weird. Like, so Supergirl's looking for the brigands or whatever, and she goes to this planet, and first of all, she has no plan, which like I guess makes sense. But like her plan just doesn't exist, and she finds the first planet because the people who happen to rob the bus that she decides to go on just happen to have the information, which is like oh, okay. And then she goes to said planet. She goes to like a bar and is like looking, and the people who own the bar allegedly know who like have information, so they leave with those people, right? And you literally see Kara look to her left and see like the dude that she's going to the house. Like he's talking like very suspiciously to like the Squidward looking guy, and so you're like, all right, like surely she's gonna suss him out. She's not gonna trust him, but nope. They get to the house. She kind of chills. She even drinks something they give her, and of course it's poison. Like she's not the brightest, and I don't know if that's purposeful, but I feel like she had every reason to be sussed out, and she just isn't. They also do the, classic Surf Dracula moment where like she doesn't have to earn getting the suit, like she already has it, but like she has this like triumphant moment where she's like has the flashbacks like, oh, you need to do good, and she's like, I bet and go save everybody. And it's like, first of all, she's always done the right thing. Like I don't get like the vibe of this character that like she is not a hero at the start of the movie. And also like it culminates with her going back home to Earth and being like, yeah, you know what, Clark, I'm gonna stay for a little while. This is my home. That's like the conclusion of her arc, and that's just not a thing in the movie. Like it has no connection to Earth. Like in a sense of like there's no real reason that has to be her home. It's kind of implying that like in the start and the end of the movie where Clark's like, yo, like come home, like I want to see you. Like Clark wants her to make a life, plant a flag, and he would like that to be on Earth, like biasly, but it doesn't have to be Earth, I guess. And but like the middle of the movie just ignores this. Like there's no flaw here. Like there's nothing Kara's doing that's like a result of her like confliction about like where to, like in wanting a life. You see her partying around, and that's how she gets into the mess, I guess. But there's no real struggle, conflict, or overcoming of this. She kind of just starts the movie partying, goes through an adventure, ends the movie back on Earth. So it's not really a satisfying conclusion to me. And then there's Ruthie. Ruthie is a nothing burger of a character. She kind of comes in seeking revenge, comes out, doesn't get her revenge entirely the way she wanted to, and that's about it. Her power scaling is pretty inconsistent, like in the comic, from memory, and it's been a while. She's like a trained fighter because from her father. Her father was a swordsman in both, but there's no real elaboration on this, so I don't know how capable of a fighter she is in the movie. And for most of it, she's just like a helpless girl, but then she is on her own in like a prison of the brigands and just like chokes out this like massive dude. Like she's 13, and it's just like the movie's never shown me that she is some capable fighter able to escape like this, so that was a real suspension of disbelief that I couldn't get past. And then also there's a good 5-minute stretch, sorry, of this movie where she's dangling from a rope from the brigand ship, and she has like the grip strength of Superman, I guess, because like she's there for a good while before the ship goes down. Yeah, I didn't understand that. But yeah, she has like no depth. There's nothing there. Really, none of the characters in this movie have depth. There's an attempt with Kara, I guess, but it just falls flat on every front. And the main bright spot I think of this movie would be like the flashbacks, both with Superman and Krypton. It looks like an entirely different movie, to be honest. It looks better visually. It's more compelling. You do get a little bit more about Jor-El apparently just being an exceptionally bad person for Krypton standards, which I thought was funny. And then Superman obviously is fucking awesome. Like in the escape pod scene, he's like, I don't know why I'm talking to you, but you can't understand what I'm saying. And then he continues to talk to her. It's very Superman-y. I love it. Generational casting. But yeah, Supergirl was a movie I give it like a generous 5 just because I had a good time watching it. 5 out of 10, that is. But there aren't a lot of redeeming qualities, and it's about as cream of the crop for a superhero movie as you can get in like the worst possible way. So I really wanted to like it more, but it's just not very good. But let me know if you guys liked it.